Ike and Little Dog go live or something? Where's everybody at? What's up, Nick? How you doing? Looks like you're first. It doesn't even show you're in here. It's going good, man. Going good. Oh, Dougie said that he was gonna unfriend me if I didn't do an ice cream with Ron. So I'm gonna do an ice cream with Ron. How you doing, truck driving lady? Eat that ice cream. That's right. It's I'm kind of disappointed. Of course, Oklahoma does not have Bluebell. What's up, David? So, in my opinion, Oklahoma's out of ice cream. But tonight's episode will be Ben & Jerry's, New York, Super Fudge, Chunk. I know you're not Dispatch, Little Dog. I had a super busy day today. I did 15 drops and didn't have time to film anything. So I figured I'd go live tonight. And y'all get to watch me eat ice cream while I do it. So, anyway, man, I want to talk about a couple things. I've got a couple trolls that have been hitting me up, asking me silly questions over and over and over again. And some of the questions I'm just not going to answer. There's stuff that they can find out, and there's stuff, hey, Michael, what's going on? The stuff that they can find out for themselves, and there's some stuff that I'm just not going to answer. And it's my channel. It's my channel. If I don't want to answer it, I don't have to answer it. And if you're going to sit there and troll me, I'm going to block you. And there's a couple people that have just been assholes, and they've been blocked. I'm just not going to deal with it. So I'm happy to, you're welcome to ask me anything. Normally I'll answer most anything, but not everything I will. About business. Yeah, truck driving lady. You can reach me at my email at BukWildTrucking at yahoo.com. That would be the easiest way on there to reach me. Give them a rant. Well, thing is, Lone Wolf, is I don't go live that often. Most of my, man, like hunks of fudge in that thing. Most of my videos, I don't go live because, I'm just not real good. I'm not a entertaining personality like Ike and Little Dog and Little Guy and the trucking exec. I'm just, I'm not very entertaining. This channel was always designed to tell my journey in trucking. I created it so family and friends could kind of keep up with what I was up to. I had like 12 subscribers, and I'm really humbled that so many people like to hear my story. Did I hear about Ike? Well, no. What did I hear about Ike? He might get fired. I heard that. Yeah, it might be. And as I do it more, Gary, I might get better at it. But I run out of shit to say. I don't have nothing to say. I'm not an entertainer. Man, this stuff just ain't very good. I don't know how the rest of the country survives without Bluebell. I really don't. Where was I? But anyway, yeah, truck driving lady, you're welcome to email me. I'll be happy to answer anything, except personal stuff. Why did I get into trucking? Well, that's okay. I'll tell that story. Some of my earlier videos kind of tell that story, but I'll tell it anyway. I was a paramedic for 20 years. And I worked the helicopter, I've worked fixed wing, I've worked ground, I've worked in the ER. And hey, Devin, how are you? And I did that for 20 years. until my father, who designed a particular kind of cutting tool for the oil industry, told me he wanted me to come and assist in running the family business. He told me that business, would eventually be mine, and he needed me to learn it. So I quit what I was doing, and I went to work for him. And he was supposed to turn that company over to me and my brother after 5 years. Well, when 5 years came, my father sold the company out from under us, and me and my brother both went to work for the company that, well, I shouldn't say we went to work. We contracted for the company that my father sold it to. And I was doing really well. I made a lot of money. When the oil business crashed, well, it's crashed 3 times in the last 15 years. And this last crash, 08 damn near took me down, but it came back. And then this last crash, I dumped most of my savings into the business, trying to keep it going. And of course, no drilling in the U.S. meant no threading for the pipe, which meant no money for me. And I kept the business open about 18 months longer than I should have. Went through almost all my savings, not all of it, but most of it. And at that point, I'm like, okay, I'm about to turn 50 years old. I could get back on the ambulance, or I could start driving a truck. And now, I drove a truck back in the 80s. I used to run sand for a company. So it was something that I had the gist of. I just hadn't done it in 30 years. It was way up here in the 80s. And, I being a business owner for the last 15 years is something that I really wanted to continue doing. I needed to find something that I could learn and eventually own my own business. And driving a truck seemed to be a good idea. So I got on YouTube and kind of refreshed on things, and then I borrowed a friend's truck to go take the written exam, and here I am driving a truck. That's my story. Did I miss anything? Y'all wouldn't know. Let's see what people say now. Yeah, David, I got you, man. That oil field, she's a wicked bitch. Devon, how are you? That's right, James. Bluebell is the only way. Let's see here. And Howard, you never did say what did I hear about Ike. No, I didn't have a passion for oil. I had a passion for money. That's what I did. I had a passion for money. And yeah, no, I miss it too, man. I miss it too. And that's something, that a lot of these people, I keep seeing some of these truck drivers that want to lease a truck. And I've heard some of the reasons for wanting to lease a truck is for more home time. I've heard them talk about, big money. And I want to tell you something. When you own a business, and this is God's honest truth, and if anybody wants to call me a liar, they're welcome to. I'll discuss it with them and talk numbers, because I think I've got a very good knowledge on numbers and running a business. Maybe not trucking, but a business is a business. When you open a business, for the first 3 years, you work it 7 days a week. You think about it 24 hours a day. You dream about it when you go to sleep. If you're going to go out here and lease a truck because you think you're going to get to go home, then you're a fool. And I've got a friend on Facebook and somebody that I follow on YouTube who's about to do that. And I just think they're making a terrible mistake. The problem is this particular person, when you try to tell them that they're making a mistake, then they just go on and talk to somebody else that's going to tell them what they want to hear. But that's a fact. It's a fact. So, they just don't, they're not thinking of everything. Yeah, they were. They were. Yeah, you're right. I mean, hey, take it from little guy there. I mean, I really hope he does well. But he's a prime example of what can happen. And he's in a brand new truck. Especially if you have a family to support. Now, if you're a single man and you ain't got nothing better, or a single woman, I don't want to be sexist here, and you have no ties and you don't mind being out in this truck for 2-3 months at a time, hey, go for it. Go for it. I mean, what you got to lose? If you broke down a couple weeks, you don't have any bills. But if you have bills and things you need to do at home, then leasing a truck's just not a smart idea. It's just not. I don't care what company you're with. Even Traveloka, which seems to be a very good company, is going to come with a lot of risk. To tell you the truth, the guy that's been the best position over there at Traveloka is Shooter McGavin. That guy's going to own a fleet before any of us, those of us that are friends of his. And that's been my plan since day one, is to own a fleet. My plan was 5 trucks in 5 years, 100 trucks in 10 years. That plan may have been delayed a couple years, but that's still my plan. But I'm not going to do it leasing. I'm just not. In the oil field. Yeah, you're right. Dadgummit, I wish this thing wouldn't go away like that. Yeah, Kevin, I know, man. I was in the same deal. I was selling, we were manufacturing and threading carbide threading chasers. And 99% of that business worldwide's done in Houston, Texas. And I had 85% of that business. Matter of fact, in my phone, you're my phone now. In my phone, I've got every single pipe company president listed in my phone. I've got their cell phone. I could call any of them. And I considered buying a truck. I mean, I did. When I first got into trucking, you could ask any of my friends, Ike and Gary there, and even Little Dog. I wanted to buy a truck. And if I would have gotten a flatbed, I could probably haul a lot of that pipe out of Houston. But I've gone through 3 downturns. I just don't want to go through I don't want to get in the oil business again. It was really great. It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of freedom, but I don't want to do it again. It's too hard on me and my family. And I enjoy trucking. I enjoy trucking a lot. And, I enjoy the people that I've met out here trucking. I'm an outgoing person. I make friends in the fuel island. I do it all the time. Went in and ate at the country, whatever this is, here at the TA, and, met 3 people in there that we just sat in there and chit-chatted for about an hour. And I enjoy it. I enjoy, being by myself. I enjoy the interaction when I want it. So that's why I do it. And this new company I'm with, those of you that have followed me knew that I kind of went through, in a rough patch. I didn't go to truck driving school. Yeah, 50%, that's right, Nick. 50% of all new businesses fail within the first year, and 50% of the ones that don't fail in the first 3 years. And that's a fact too. You can look up those numbers. I think the Better Business Bureau posts those numbers. Or maybe it's 5 years. You know what? I really don't know what the reason for that is, Nick. I read that somewhere at one point in time when I used to follow all the business journals. Yeah, I ain't going to the Middle East. Ain't no way. And I have customers over there, or had customers over there. I won't go. Hell, I barely wanted to go to Canada. Problem is those Saudis, there's a lot of money to be made, but you have to sell a lot of product. They really beat you up on price. And of course, a lot of times what they'll do is they'll take what you provide them and then have Korea make it for them. You know, might not be the quality, but they think it is. How do I get these messages to stay up here and not disappear? Yeah, I have, you know. I've done everything, you know. I mean, I've sold stuff door to door. Like I say, my life career was paramedic. That's what I did. That's what I planned on doing for the rest of my life. And I probably would still be doing it had my father not screwed me over. But that's another story for another day. So little guy, if you're still in here, how's your truck doing? I've been so busy I haven't been able to watch oh man, my EMT days. I don't know what to tell on that. I was the last person to see Conway Twitty outside the hospital alive. I hauled his butt to the hospital before he died. And let's see, I worked a rollover wreck with what was left of the platters. I worked in Ozark, Missouri, which was, you know, just north of north of Branson, Missouri. So we caught a lot of those stars going back and forth. We would go out to Glenn Campbell's house. He was a diabetic, and he had a real habit of going into diabetic coma, and we did that. I worked a car bombing one time. I've worked burns, explosions, I've seen just about everything. When I moved from Missouri back to Texas, I went to work for a company called, it was Emergency Services District 1, which was a suburb of Houston, actually in the Aldine, Texas area, which anybody that's from around that area knows it's kind of the gun and knife club. I'll never forget my very first day. We worked a cardiac arrest first thing in the morning. We had 3 shootings that day and then a stabbing that night, as well as the my thumbs hurt, you know, and take them to the hospital. So I did get fired? I didn't know that for sure. I thought he was joking. Oh, I didn't get fired. That ain't real. I didn't watch the whole live feed. Yeah, all in one day, Nick. Aldine, Texas is a rough area. I worked a couple high-profile homicide cases, you know, that stuff that made national news, you know, had to go testify on that. And what else? Yeah, you know, I worked just about everything. I don't know what kind of stories you want to hear. I was volunteer fireman when I did that as well. So, probably no, I can't think of anything that was really scary that happened to me on the ambulance. Now, I had a couple close calls when I was in the fire department. I was at the top of a staircase in a house that the fire was up in the attic. And me and my partner were up at the top of the staircase about to work our way up there as they were getting ready to ventilate the roof, and the house flashed over. Now, my buddy who was with me was a Springfield firefighter, and he recognized the signs that it was about to happen, and he grabbed me by the SCBA and basically drug us both, mainly dove down the stairs just as the house flew over. And it had melted the side of my helmet. I didn't realize that until later, but yeah, he had grabbed me by the SCBA and I was on the nozzle, and he grabbed me by the back of the SCBA, and we just flew down the stairs. I mean, I went down backwards just as that house flashed over. That's probably the scariest thing I ever remember, but of course that didn't have anything to do with the ambulance. I mean, I've had I remember this one call we had. It was cardiac arrest. It was a young guy. I think he had overdosed on something, if I remember. And he had been dead for a while. And we went in and looked him, and we were getting ready to pronounce him. If we don't start it, we could pronounce it right there as long as we didn't start it. And as we were putting everything up, this woman came in the bedroom and jacked a shell in a shotgun and said, "He's not dead, is he?" And I'm like, "No, ma'am, not yet." And we took his butt all the way to the hospital. And he was stiffer than a board. But yeah, that was pretty spooky. Yeah, he ain't dead yet, she said. I'm like, "No, ma'am, he's not." What else? What else y'all want to know about Ron? 13. Hey, there's 20 people in here and only 13 of you have thumbs up me. What the hell's up with that? I guess the rest of y'all have thumbs down to me, and I just can't see those yet. $14. What do you mean 14, David? Well, hell, I'm kind of boring myself, so I think I'm going to sign off of here. And but man, those of y'all that came to watch, I appreciate it. Oh, let me tell you, I'll just tell you. Oh, you were number 14. Okay. I'll tell you a little bit about my day, because I didn't make a video today. Man, anytime, man. I'll be happy to talk with you anytime, Nick. I've met up with, my intro video with the people that are in there. Those are all other truckers that I've met on the road, and I put them in the video. But yeah, today I was just absolutely swamped, so I didn't have time to take any video, and that was the main reason I decided to go live. Little guy and Jay Cannell said that I should do a video every day. I feel that's a little much, so I try to do one every other day. But since I didn't do any filming today, I figured I'd go live. I started my day in Big Cabin, Oklahoma, and I'm on a run that actually has 18 drops in and around Oklahoma City. So hey Scott, man, what's going on? Hey Scott, I thought we were friends on Facebook. Did you unfriend me, dude? I noticed that we're not friends anymore here a couple weeks ago. I think I saw you comment on something. I could have swore we were friends, unless I'm mistaken. But anyway, I was supposed to do, how many of them was I supposed to do today? I was supposed to do 12 of those today, and I was able to get 15 of them done before I ran out of time. So I only have 3 to do tomorrow. And you sure? Because we're not friends anymore. You can click and look, and I know I didn't unfriend you. Maybe you did it on accident when Kevin unfriended me. But I have to, I can be reached at BukWildTrucking at yahoo.com. Okay, Scott, good deal. And I ended up getting 15 of those drops done. I actually did 13. And my buddy Charlie, who also works for the same company, says, "Hey, can you do the next one?" And I said, "Well, I can try, but this last place kind of grumbled. It was so late." He said, "Just go in there and play stupid." And I did. I went in there and played stupid, and I was able to make the delivery. I'm in Oklahoma City tonight, Jesse. Del Clay banned me. I followed Del Clay for a while, but I don't know. He just seems boring to me. Very, very dry. His best videos were the Maverick orientation videos, and they were very, I watched every one of them before I went to Maverick, and I think he did a really good job on how that was laid out. But as time went on, it just, he's got that whole picture-in-picture thing going where you have to stare at him and the front of his windshield at the same time. And to me, he's just very dry. And I just can't hardly watch a whole video. And now I guess he's hurt and not working at all. Maverick said, well, I shouldn't say Maverick said, somebody at Maverick said that he makes like 30 grand a year just in driving referrals. I had several people saying they were going to Maverick, and yeah, Corey, it is paying that good. And now I haven't received a paycheck yet. I'll get my first paycheck next Friday, which will be for 2 weeks. And it's going to be real close to $4,000 for 2 weeks. It's paying really good. So, yeah, considering my average paycheck. Oh, yeah, Maverick does have a weird hiring area, which I don't understand that because they go everywhere. I guess it's a matter of you just going home. Man, I want to clarify something because I got a lot of people butthurt over Maverick because of the video I did. I do not think that Maverick is a bad company. I don't. When it comes to the mega carriers, from the people I've talked to, they seem to be the best. I mean, I was making 53 cents a mile over there, and I could have made a real go at it if I would have got the miles. You hit me. If I would have got the miles that they told me that I was going to get, I would still be working for Maverick. I mean, at 53 cents a mile, I wouldn't be making a great living. But, I'd at least be bringing home, $1,000 a week. Where actually I was bringing home anywhere from $700 to $800 a week because they didn't give me the miles. 53 cents a mile is great. Who's going to pay you that? But you can't just go by cents per mile. And that dumbass that I blocked from my channel kept going over. I got it, Scott. I'll accept it in a little bit. That dumbass that I blocked from my channel kept going off and on and on and on about what are we making cents per mile over here. And we're really not making a lot of cents per mile, but we're guaranteed so many miles per week, and that number's way up there, and we don't have to run that, and we get it. As well as the drop pay and the cart pay, it just all adds up to a tremendous amount of money. I've not seen this kind of money in a trucking company without doing heavy haul or running heavy tank hazardous material, to tell you the truth. Now, not everybody's going to make that money. You got to work, and it is work. I don't want to tell any more EMT stories there, man. Just stay off the grass. That stay off the grass is just, it's a rumor. I don't know if it started as a joke or what, but that was not an issue. I walked on the grass every day. So I don't see one. Well, I don't know why people are concerned with what I make either, and I tried to tell this guy, that, Bella Flor, he kept coming back and saying, well, if y'all want to get drivers, you're going to have to tell the truth about this and that and this and that. Bella Flor's not wanting to hire lots of drivers. They're wanting to hire a few good drivers. Drivers that are going to get along with each other. Drivers that are personable. Drivers that are going to treat their customers with respect. Drivers that want to help this company grow. Those are the drivers that Bella Flor is looking to hire. Bella Flor is not looking to hire a butt in a seat. And so it doesn't, if you're only curious about what we're making, then it's irrelevant. If you truly want a job, get a hold of Howard. You can see on Jay Cannell's video how to do that, and submit an application and talk to him on the phone. He'll talk to you on the phone extensively to try to fill you out for the kind of person you are, because he don't care if you've been driving for 35 years. If you're not a personable individual that's going to get along with everybody and be outgoing to their customers, they don't want you. Simple as that. You could have a clean driving record for 35 years. If you're not going to be what they're looking for in a company driver, they're not going to be interested in you. Simple as that. Their policy is 2 years, Corey. However, I have 1 year of experience. So take that for what it's worth. I feel very fortunate that he... no, it's not gross, Nick. It's just not good, and it's got these hunks of something in it. I don't know what the hell it is. It may be almonds or something, but white dark fudge chunks, pecans, walnuts, fudge covered almonds. Steering wheel holders go elsewhere. That's right. I mean, these, we are the drivers at Bella Flor are the face of the company. These people aren't seeing salesmen. These people aren't seeing the nursery. They're seeing us drivers and the way that the drivers present themselves and the way the drivers present that product to the customer. That is what's, it's not Brahms ice cream, that's for sure. But man, there are Brahms everywhere around here, and there's not very many I can get a truck into. And I really don't have time to stop. My wife got on to me tonight because I've been eating so late. She said that's not good for me. So, and it's probably not. But I ate breakfast and I ate lunch, and then, dinner was kind of late. So, where was I at? Somebody help me where I was at. I don't remember. Sitting here jacking with this ice cream. But yeah, those are the kind of drivers Bella Flor is looking for, somebody that's going to get along with everybody. I mean, because that whole staff is Jim Irobs. No, I don't know him. That name doesn't even sound familiar. Yeah, the Purcell Brahms, you can get a truck in there. So, that's right, David. Quality people. That's what they're looking for. Oh, I remember. When the Trucking Exec first came on YouTube, I was talking to my buddy, Dave Wilbur, which, by the way, you guys need to go over and subscribe to Dave Wilbur. He needs 100 subscribers so that he can change the URL on his YouTube channel. And also, the Psychedelic Diesel Wagon, Jeff Bratcher, for those of y'all know him, he's all butthurt that he can't go live. And of course, he's out here making videos, whining, saying people are going live too much. And we finally figured out it's because he's jealous that he can't go live. I got to tell you something. Jeff Bratcher is funny as hell and very knowledgeable when it comes to trucking. He has a channel on YouTube, not a lot of subscribers, but when he puts out a video, it's quality and it's very entertaining. And he's going to be a lot of fun when he can go live. And the name of his channel is the Psychedelic Diesel Wagon. Go check him out too. We need to get him to where he can go live because he's going to be a lot of fun, and he drives at night. So if he drives at night, I'm sure he'll go live. Steve Williams, #1 hire. No, I have no idea who that is. No clue. Yeah, I mean, I don't miss I have not watched Jeff's video that he put out today, which I found that odd because he only puts one out every couple weeks, but he put one out today and I have not had a chance to watch it, and I will when I'm done here. Is there a timer on this thing that says how long I've been doing it? 34 minutes. Oh my God, I'm going to bore y'all to death. Hey, you know what? I've got a rule that if anything's an hour, I don't watch it later, so I'm going to shut this thing down. Guys, I really, really appreciate y'all watching me. Let me say that one thing that I was going to say, and I kept getting sidetracked. When I first looked at Bella Flor and the Trucking Exec had gone live, I had told my buddy Dave Wilbur that, man, he would be, me and Dave talked. We both agreed he would be a great guy to work for. And I looked him up, and I saw that they required 2 years of experience. And I just kind of blew him off. My intention was to go over to Schneider and lease a truck. That was what my intention was to do. And then Dave Wilbur calls me on the phone one day and he says, which, by the way, all of us that have went to Bella Flor is all started by Dave Wilbur. He was the first one who got in contact. Now, I was the first one that was hired and the last one to go. But Dave Wilbur's the one that reached out to the trucking exec. And then Dave calls me on the phone and says, hey, man, I reached out to him. I talked to him for about an hour on the phone. I talked to his transportation manager. I mentioned you, and they really want to hear from you. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me, really? I mean, I don't have 2 years experience. He goes, I'm telling you, they want to talk to you. And I called Howard. It was on a Sunday. He was driving from his home back to Missouri. And we spent about an hour and a half on the phone. And that's exactly what he was doing, was feeling me out to see if I was the kind of person that they were looking for. And I think it took about 3 weeks for all of it to be all said and done. And I tell you, I couldn't be happier. I mean, this is, no, don't beware of Maverick. Maverick, I'm telling you what, people have got to start somewhere. Not everybody is going to end up as fortunate as I was. You know, I landed a job with a mom and pop the day I had my paper CDL. Most people, you know, they have to start with a mega carrier. That's what most people require. The guy I work for just pulled some crooked shit and was able to work it out to where I could get in there. I don't know how he done it. Hell, as far as I know, I may not have been insured under his trucks. I don't know. But Maverick is not a bad company. I'm just saying, everything I said about Maverick was strictly why I left and what I felt about their points for performance system. I think the points for performance system sets the drivers up for failure. I think it's weighing in their favor to not pay you what they say you can potentially make. And I don't think they're going to give you I know they're not going to give you the miles that they say they're going to give you. They told me that I would make 2,000 to 2,400 miles a week, and I didn't. I averaged 1,822 miles, I think it was. But anyway, I'm done. Guys, thank you so much for watching me. I mean, I'm so humbled that y'all are even interested in what I have to say. Hopefully, now that I'm doing this flower thing, my videos won't become boring doing the same thing over and over and over again. But once flower season's over, I'll be going OTR. I'm hoping to take my wife some, and I'll be putting out some good stuff then. So, hey, give me a 73 bomb to get us out of here. $173. There we go. All right, guys, I'm out. You have a great night.